Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Canonical issues on gelatin. We were discussing scenario number 4, that in the ingredients section one reads the term bovine gelatin. And then we discussed that we know that the animal has not been slaughtered Islamically, and that's usually the case for us in the West maybe. Then we said we know that the gelatin has been extracted from the cow or the sheep from a live containing component of the animal. We explained the rulings there. In the next case, we said we know it's from a non-live containing part of the cow or sheep, such as the bones. We discussed it there. But that case which we usually think and which we encounter mostly is that we don't know from where this gelatin has been extracted, whether it's from a live containing component of the cow or sheep or from a non-live containing component of the cow or sheep. We know that the cow and sheep, they haven't been slaughtered Islamically. That much we know. We don't know, however, this gelatin, has it been extracted from a live containing component of the cow or sheep or a non-live containing? We're in doubt. We're in doubt here. So what do we do? And this affects us mostly. It's this case, because usually we don't know from which component of the animal the gelatin has been extracted. Because we know that gelatin, it can be extracted from the bones, and we know it can be extracted from intestines and other things too. Okay. Now here, what happens is, the same that applied with the previous case applies here too. The previous case was where we knew it was from a non-life containing part of the animal. The same applies here. So, we say, has it been washed or not? If it's substantiated before it's been washed, does istihala arise or not? Now, istihala here, irrespective, when istihala occurs, it's still tahir to start off with because it's been washed, and we don't know whether it's the live containing component or a non-live containing component. In relation to tahara, we can use aslu tahara and assume and presume it's tahir. The question here though is, can we eat it? That's important. If istihala does arise, then we can also consume it. It's a different specific form now. It's not the animal anymore. If istihala doesn't arise, I'm going through this quickly because it's the same principles as in the previous talk, where we knew it came from a non-life containing part of the animal. Now, if istihala is not substantiated before one, does istihlaq occur or not? If istihlaq does occur, since to start off with, and since it was washed, it is tahir, the aslu tahara is enforced, that's no problem, it's still tahir. Since istihlaq has occurred, and all parts of that animal, from whichever part it is, has now vanished, okay, it would be permissible to consume if istihlaq does arise. If istihlaq doesn't, it's still pak, it's still tahir, but you can't consume it because the components are there. You need the principle of it has to be substantiated that it's been slaughtered Islamically, which you know it hasn't. Therefore, it won't be permissible to consume, but it would be pak. And if it was not washed, let's say, now you don't know if it's from a live containing part or a non-live containing part of the animal, but it hasn't been washed, or you doubt whether it's been washed or not, the same principles occur here. So I won't go through it all. If you just go back to the previous talks, inshallah, everything will be evident. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala